Welcome back to the Sarcastic Geek, or if you're new here, welcome in. Happy to have you. We at the Sarcastic Geek are about to cover Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2, or Book 2, Episode 7, titled Zuko Alone. And as any genius reactionary person will say, I guess it's going to be about Zuko being alone. What kind of journey will he go on? How is he going to act morally? Is he going to make the right decisions without Iroh's guidance? Are we going to get some kind of backstory pertaining to Zuko, maybe, say, time in the palace? Who can say? Well, we'll be able to say here after the first minute mark, as most reactioners do. They always say, hey, if you're new, consider subscribing if you enjoy the content. As always, hey, hit that like button. Help support us, help continue to grow the channel as best we can. It's absolutely free and helps us, continue to get a wider group of people that we can get this content to. So the comment section will be a little more active than just you and me. And as always, pull up a chair, grab some snacks, enjoy yourself. It's time for one of the greatest animated shows in history for me to react to. Let's engage. I'd wager our journey is not off to a fantastic start. The most curious thing I will say, though, this is the Earth Kingdom, yeah? It takes 2 seconds to make a solid land bridge that will stay. Why didn't we do that? This just feels lazy for, no specific purpose unless this is only designed to inhibit other nations from coming over. Otherwise, this design flaw, pure laziness. And there we go for Zuko. Correct decision number 1 made. He chose to protect family over everything. It may not be his family, but we all understand the sanctity of family. And for Zuko at this moment in time, who has now decided to forego family in order to kind of learn about who he is and who he's going to become on this journey of life, ultimately, him being able to still decide not to rob this potentially growing family is fantastic on his part. Great moral decision for him. And I believe this is the first time we have seen her. That is Zuko's mother. And while I don't remember much, if anything, pertaining to her backstory, I know she plays a pivotal figure in a couple key scenes. I don't remember if it's this episode or not. So I'm curious to see what we're going to be able to learn about her. But she had a significant impact, albeit I don't necessarily remember how her story ultimately comes to an end at some point. But we'll get to that throughout the episode, potentially.
I can get you 2 bags of feed.
Ow! What was the purpose of this child? Are we just literally so anti-tourist, we're just causing issues for non-locals so these events will play out? Because I assure you, karma will always come back home, whether you want it to or not. This kid has just invited unnecessary wrath into his life for no reason whatsoever.
You see who did throw it?
No. That's your favorite word? No?
Egg had to come from somewhere.
Maybe a chicken flew over.
I mean, it's not the worst joke in the world, but Zuko should probably feel at home talking to other people who've been around the military lifestyle, considering he's been raised royalty and around military style meetings all his life. He'll know how to bully with them, and he'll know how to joke with them, and ideally keep them at arm's length. But at the end of the day, these look like our primary antagonists for the episode, so I'd imagine we're not gonna get our food items.
Thanks for your contribution. The army appreciates your support.
Well, Avatar: The Last Airbender showing you there's good and is bad within every nation. No matter where you go, whether it's Water Nation, you get Master Paku, who is bad, who's now kind of good. Then we have the Earth Kingdom, where Boomy is great and Toph is awesome. Then you get the other generals and other people of their army who not so much. No matter where you go, no matter which nation is, except for Air, because we only got one residing member, and Aang kind of walks that duality of being a good character and then doing really weird stuff afterwards all the time. So Avatar really showing you that things aren't really black and white. It's several shades of gray.
This guy just stood up to the soldiers. By the end, he practically had them running away.
Does this guy have a name?
He doesn't have to say who he is if he doesn't want to, Sela. Anyone who can hold his own against those bully soldiers is welcome here. Those men should be ashamed to wear Earth Kingdom uniforms.
This husband and father is exactly what the symbol of ideal manhood in my mind represents. You take care of your family, you have pride in your nation, and you ensure that you're instilling great moral values as best as you can. His son is very young and is susceptible to doing doofus-like things. Hi, doofus child. Like, for sure, I was in trouble all the time, detentions, talking back, the whole shenanigans. Bad kid. Adequate adult. Still not quite a fan of adulting, but at the end of the day, we want people like him to be indicative of what our culture and our morals and our values are. It's nice to see that in this show, so I'm imagining there's going to be some tragedy involving this family shortly.
Supper's going to be ready soon. Would you like to stay?
I can't. I should be moving on.
Gonsu could use some help on the barn. Why don't you two work for a while, and then we'll eat.
I also do love for Zuko that he was like, yeah, I invite trouble wherever I go. I don't really feel like I've earned a meal. I just wanted to make sure my pet got fed, and that's kind of like super important now because this is my only mode of transportation. So I'm not going to overimpose and like try and take something from you I haven't earned. The minute he's allowed to work for it, he's like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm going to do something. It's going to be my work for a nice meal. It's a perfect trade-off. I didn't have to rob nobody. It's above board. We're good to go.
Where are you going?
Lee, give it a rest. Stop asking the man personal questions, got it?
Yes. So how'd you get that scar?
Oh! The exact same way that you have just caused this to happen. We didn't really happen to hit the right mark when we needed to. We said the right moral thing in that war meeting that got us this scar, but we said it at the wrong time to the wrong people, and our father took things rather heinously, I might add. So, yeah, that's how we got the scar. Now, you gonna fix this finger? Because we've all been there, and whew, that hurts, Governor. That hurts.
Hey Mom, want to see how Azula feeds turtle ducks?
Why would you do that? I understand you're like trying to do a spot-on impression of who or what Azula is, but if this is indicative of how she becomes, there were signs. And if she was raised in any other family, she probably would have been sent away to be rehabilitated to be a regular person, as opposed to someone who torments animals for their own pleasure, which is the first sign of psychopath traits. But hey, because she's raised by Ozai, it's all great.
Ow! 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 Ow!
I mean, you had that coming. I don't know what you expected to have happen. You attack a mother's children, this is what happens. No one ever says you attack a mother's child and you get, like, nothing back. Equal and opposite reaction. Karma. Immediate.
Azula?
I mean, Azula's gonna Azula, right? She's a perfectionist, and anytime anyone achieves something that she believes she can better than her, she's going to put you down immediately. The fact she had friends of any kind at any moment in time is what I find most appalling. Mai has a crush. Good for Mai. But also, that definitely complicates everything about Zuko leaving far more than anyone could really anticipate. Because I know a lot of people are like, yeah, this ship was like really, really out of nowhere for how things could potentially play out. But 2 episodes in with Mai's character, we've seen that she has a crush on Zuko the first time his name's brought up. And then we see in this flashback, she's literally crushing on him now. Like, the information, the seed is slowly being put in. I don't know how much more growth you could have wanted it for this ship to play out.
We are brother and sister. It's important for us to spend time together. Don't you think so, Mom?
Yes, darling. I think it's a good idea to play with your sister.
Yeah, it's always this super sane, insanely rational child at too early of an age that immediately just draws red crimson flags up here of something's wrong with them or something's wrong with the parents. And right now, after seeing Zuko's mom, ain't her. Ozai. Well, looks like we're doing that nice, even 50-50 split.
Try to knock the apple off the other person's head, like this. See, I told you it would work. Aw, they're so cute together.
Ty Lee at least seems normal, or at least how like a normal kid should react and respond to these types of situations. So that part is good. Mai seems to be getting shortchanged a lot, and Zuko was trying to save her, albeit I think you simply could have walked up and went boop, like right off the top. But I guess when you're a child, sometimes you just go, act now, and then you think later, and well, sometimes it don't work.
Ba Sing Se must be something to behold. I hope you all may see it someday. If we don't burn it to the ground first.
Iroh, I know you weren't exactly always perfect, but does this sound like war crimes you're trying to commit here? Because, it sounds like war crimes you're trying to commit. And also learning that, he was next in line for the throne and that somehow this doesn't work out is, bit curious, ain't it? That draws a lot of issues with a lot of things.
Note the inscription and the superior craftsmanship.
Never give up without a fight.
And for Azula, a new friend. She wears the latest fashion for Earth Kingdom girls.
If Uncle doesn't make it back from war, then Dad would be next in line to be Fire Lord, wouldn't he?
We're actively rooting for our own family members not to return from war. We're abusing animals, and then we're belittling siblings, which is, in this grand scheme of things, the most minuscule of them all, because we all have siblings. They were all annoying. They all deserve to get bullied at some point in time by us, but if anybody else did it, it was war. At the same time, for us to sit here and, pretend like this isn't like the warning signs are just there and they're bright, bright crimson. This is like how you should have reacted when you saw your exes. Run.
How would you like it if Cousin Lu 10 wanted Dad to die?
I still think our dad would make a much better Fire Lord than his royal tea-loving kookiness.
Okay, I asked for another sign. They provided another one. She decides to burn the head off a doll just because she can. It was a gift, and maybe he should have, been more aware that Azula wasn't like this, but, hard to really go out shopping when you're out here committing war crimes. Azula is just giving us all the reason in the world to dislike her, period. You really thought you could rob the blue spirit that easily? Zuko has been living this life for a long time. You got me in trouble with, the law. Now you've tried to rob me, and you did make me hurt my finger, so that part is out of order, but at the same time, this child's curiosity and his willingness to get involved in things he doesn't need to be is exactly childlike. I don't know what else to say. If kids don't know how to get themselves in certain situations they shouldn't be in, I don't know how else they would operate.
Yeah.
You're holding them all wrong.
I don't know how you didn't see him sneaking up on you when you were facing the exact other direction, and then he got all the way there. That is one of the weird TV tropes that I find hilarious, is like, you're looking in this direction doing some stuff, and then you turn away for like less than 30 seconds, and that person somehow comes completely from outside of vantage point to directly within 5 feet of you. No one ever believes that, because people don't just, you go, and then boom, there's another me standing behind me. That's not how that works. Unless you're in a horror film, in which case, you're cooked.
Don't think of them as separate, because they're not. They're just two different parts of the same whole.
I feel like Zuko could have been like an amazing older brother to someone who was more willing to learn. Like, if he had another brother, I feel like he would have gotten along a lot better. And while he may have been a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for here, because you got to choose your words carefully in this day and age, he's a little more on the sensitive side for a young boy growing up. But again, he was raised pompous, he was raised spoiled, he was raised exceptionally well, and people look down on those raised exceptionally well because they're like, you can't do the things that I can because they haven't had to struggle and do the things I've had to do. But Zuko having a brother who could have brought out more of a masculine side of him, and they could have worked on like archery or weapons training and all that stuff together, and not have it be someone who was a complete sociopath or a psychopath, may have been good for his character development.
Here. This ought to get you through a few meals.
When I said that karma would come home for this kid, I didn't mean literally. It was rhetorical. It was metaphorical. I don't want anything to happen to this family. But again, for Zuko to step up and do something and continue his moral character growth, he's going to have to. And he may get outed as Fire Nation, which would just ruin this whole thing he's got going on, because people just hate you because, well, everything is black and white. Oh, you're on the team I don't like, I automatically hate you. And it's like, it turns out they were a great person. They were just wearing the wrong color uniform. I'm speaking sports-wise, but this just feels like I should be more careful with my words about that.
Just thought someone ought to tell you your son's battalion got captured. You boys hear what the Fire Nation did with their last group of Earth Kingdom prisoners?
Dressed them up in Fire Nation uniforms and put them on the front line unarmed, way I heard it.
So we aren't just like just foreigner. We're just anti-everybody. We're just garbage. We don't deserve to be breathing air if this is how we carry on. We're stealing it from people who deserve it. To bully and belittle someone because they lost someone during wartime is just so psychologically and morally bankrupt. I can't imagine operating life believing that's the best thing out there. I'm not a perfect do-gooder type of individual person. I assure you of that. But I can also assure you, if you lose someone, I'm going to be the last person to go out and try and pick at said wound and put salt in it, because reasons?
Iroh has lost his son. Your cousin, Luten, did not survive the battle.
And there it is. The early sign of what changed Iroh forever. And this is the moment that turned Iroh from a good general into a great man. Note the distinction. But sometimes loss can be your greatest teacher.
Will you stay?
No. I need to move on. Here. I want you to have this. Read the inscription.
Made in Earth Kingdom.
The other one.
Never give up without a fight.
Made in China. Son of... I like how Zuko genuinely was very patient with this kid after a while, because he was definitely put off by the kid's existence for the most part in the beginning, but now he's like, just sees him as who he was. He was young, he was inquisitive, he had questions, he was unsure of the world, he wanted to find his footing, find his place, find where he belongs, kind of thing. And now he's imparted the greatest early gift that Iroh ever gave him to a stranger that he's only known for a day because of the emotional impact that person had on him. Zuko's growing, but I can't imagine this is going to be his last showdown in this city.
By the way, Uncle's coming home.
Does that mean we won the war?
No. It means Uncle's a quitter and a loser.
What are you talking about? Uncle's not a quitter.
Oh, yes, he is. He found out his son died and he just fell apart. A real general would stay and burn Ba Sing Se to the ground, not lose the battle and come home crying.
Yeah, anyone have like a garbage bin where I can put this kid? Asking for a friend, but Azula belongs in it. Unapologetically. And people are like, she was raised by Ozai. She was a product of her environment. At a certain point, you also have a mirror in your own free time, and you're able to look into it and see who you are. Garbage. That is who she is. For anyone to be this unsympathetic to anyone or anything, it's like you lost a literal cousin. And your first thing to do is to belittle the uncle as a human being for losing that person and being unable to handle loss? Seriously? What the hell, Azula?
Your father has requested an audience with Fire Lord Azulan. Best clothes. Hurry up.
Fire Lord Azulan. Can't you just call him grandfather? He's not exactly the powerful Fire Lord he used to be. Someone will probably end up taking his place soon.
Okay, cool. We're just going for the whole fire sale. Why not? Why not be morally bankrupt? Who needs morals? They're just overrated anyway. I keep hitting this thing. Stop being in my way. Grandfather, wish he was dead. Uncle, wish he was dead. Cousin, does die. Don't care. Makes uncle weak. Brother, who needs him? Azula has issues.
What is wrong with that child?
Girl, you and me both. Testify. Your kid has issues, and you need to fix it yesterday. That's neat, I guess. I mean, she's a firebender in a firebending nation. Like, whoop-de-doo, Basil. What does it all mean?
I failed.
No, I loved watching you. That's who you are, Zuko. Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
There we go. Like, keeps fighting even when things are hard. This is how Zuko has always been. It's been instilled in him at an early point that even if you fail, failure is not the end. The end is only when you decide to give up. If you keep fighting forward, ideally you'll eventually succeed. You have to keep trying. You have to keep getting up. And sure, I'd imagine being the Fire Lord and having to watch this display is not really the best allocated source of your time, but family is family.
Say what it is you want.
Father, revoke Iroh's birthright. I am your humble servant, here to serve you and our nation.
Use me. You dare suggest I betray Iroh, my firstborn, directly after the demise of his only beloved son?
Okay, Azulan. Morally there. Yeah, dude. I'm not passing over anybody just because you feel you deserve something. As we can obviously see later on, it does work out. But I'm going to hazard a guess, Ozai did that personally.
Dad's going to kill you. Really, he is.
Haha, Azula. Nice try.
Fine, don't believe me, but I heard everything. Grandfather said Dad's punishment should fit his crime. You must know the pain of losing a firstborn son by sacrificing your own.
Liar.
I'm only telling you for your own good. I know. Maybe you could find a nice Earth Kingdom family to adopt you.
Stop it. You're lying. Dad would never do that to me.
Your father would never do what to you? What is going on here?
I don't know.
It's time for a talk.
Yep, I think you're still about 5 years late, but I mean, you're trying. I don't know what Ozai is doing other than trying to steal power, so other than that, well, ugh.
When they ordered us to give them food, Lee pulled a knife on them. I don't even know where he got a knife. Then they took him away. They told me if Lee's old enough to fight, he's old enough to join the army. I know we barely know you, but...
I'll get your son back.
Character growth. You love to see it. Kind of emotionally choked up a little bit there just because how real and how raw that was. She was very honest. You don't owe us anything at all. But I have no one else. So I have to turn to you. And ultimately, Zuko's like, say less. I got you. I understand what it's like to deal with bullies. I grew up in a household with one. I can handle this.
It doesn't matter who I am, but I know who you are. You're not soldiers. You're bullies. Freeloaders abusing your power. Mostly over women and kids. You don't want Lee in your army. You're sick cowards messing with a family who's already lost one son to the war.
I mean, it's nothing I haven't said already, but you went in. All right, Zuko. You speak your piece, man. And there's 2 down. And we've barely broken a sweat. We unsheathed our sword, and then we just slammed a dude's face into the ground. Who wants some? I don't know what we thought was going to happen here. Zuko has been trained military-wise his whole life from some of the best teachers, including Iroh, that the Fire Nation has ever seen. These are a ragtag group of thugs from the Earth Kingdom. They're just outclassed.
Give him a left! A left!
It's not a fist fight.
He's got a left sword, don't he?
Old man is yelling what we're all thinking. I was the exact same way during A Night of the Seven Kingdoms where I was like yelling at the TV about what to happen action-wise. So I feel for you. I get it. I do the same thing during sports, but I'm never right, and I don't have the athletic ability to do what they do, so no matter what happens, I can't be all that helpful, can I? Yeah, we're playing a lot of defense right now. We need to start going on the offensive if we're going to change how this fight plays out.
Mom? Zuko, please, my love, listen to me. Everything I've done to protect you. Remember this, Zuko. No matter how things may seem to change, never forget who you are.
I can't imagine she's here because things are going great on her front. If you're willing to wake your child in the middle of the night and give them a real in-depth, serious talk, something has drastically changed in not only their lives, but about to be yours. I can't imagine with the way Azulon was talking to Ozai and everyone was talking about how Azulon is not aging well, that Ozai is just going to take, the thing going for the natural succession correctly, and he's going to seize that power. And in order to get the kids to do what he wants to do and how he wants them to become, I think Mom has to go. When I said I wanted to learn her backstory, I didn't want it to be so bad.
Get up.
Hooray, we won. But we let everybody know who we really are, because we stopped holding back, and in 2 seconds or less, we decimated this bully. But now we let everybody know we're a firebender. So I don't think we're going to make any friends anymore. Any friendships we had, I think, are gone, unfortunately. This is a time period of racism and hatred, and regardless of who you've shown yourself to be as a person, sometimes culturally people can't look past that, and I think in this show, in this instance, it's gonna be that.
Who are you?
My name is Zuko, son of Ursa and Fire Lord Ozai, Prince of the Fire Nation and heir to the throne.
Oh, cool. We're standing on this business of who we are because we remembered everything involving our mother. Yay for us for showing who we are. May not have been the people we wanted to, though. Just could have skimmed on some of the information. Could have said, I'm Zuko, who my mother raised me to be, and just kind of been like, I'm being honest, but not forthright, because I'm still surrounded by an Earth Kingdom village here.
Liar! I heard of you! You're not a prince, you're an outcast! His own father burned and disowned him!
How far does gossip travel in this world that this old man knows about this? Is this dude just like connected into the pipeline, or is it just common knowledge that Zuko has just been unanimously kicked out and shifted away from everything and everybody? You feel like if you're the Fire Lord, you want that to be like private business that no one else is like privy to, you know? It's like your family drama should stay in-house. No one wants their family drama playing out in the streets, I assure you. Unless you're the Kardashians, in which case then you can sell it for 18,000 seasons and somehow people still watch. What are y'all doing there?
Not a step closer.
It's yours. You should have it.
No, I hate you.
Yep, there it is. Zuko is wearing the weight of his nation's sins like he's the one who went out and committed the crimes. He's not exactly what I would call innocent of everything going on in the world. But for him to still have to wear the weight of his father's sins is very unfortunate.
Where's Mom?
No one knows. Oh, and last night, Grandpa passed away.
Not funny, Azula. You're sick. And I want my knife back, now.
Who's going to make me? Mom?
This kid is a menace. We should probably drown her. I'm just kidding. We shouldn't ever do anything like that to any child for any number of reasons. But she started to make a case, right? You get what I'm saying here?
Where is she?
Oh, cool. Our father was cold and indifferent and didn't help us. He killed her. He straight up killed her. Or he's actually torn up that she left and is dealing with his drama by ignoring his child, who he had with her. You feel like he would act better because it's a symbol of her that's left over? No? Ozai's a menace? Got it.
We lay you to rest. As was your dying wish, you are now succeeded by your second son. Hail Fire Lord Ozai!
He done killed his dad. Why is that song stuck in my head? But yeah, he definitely killed his dad. I have zero doubts in my mind. Whether he killed his wife or not, hard to say. I hope she got away for her own peace and her own safety. But I think she knew that ultimately Ozai married her in order to procreate and then secure his lineage, and then was going to dispose of her just like he disposed of his dad because, well, Azula didn't come by it by accident. But she seems to have inherited only the worst traits and somehow skipped all of Mom's high-quality traits. Thank God Zuko got something and then got Aira's mentorship. Or this whole family could be easily compared to the Lannisters in terms of lack of morals. I love how even the dad was seeing us off with condescension. But again, we had to bear the weight of our entire nation's sins, so it's just kind of like the long, sullen walk of shame. If you know, you know. But that was Avatar: The Last Airbender, Season 2, Episode 7. Zuko alone. Zuko made all the right choices throughout this episode. He honored his mother. He honored Iroh. He did not honor Ozai in the slightest. He showed that his family is important to him, but ultimately he's going to do what he feels is important and right at the end of the day. And standing up for the little people is what he believes in. This entire episode was about bullies and how you can potentially deal with them. Albeit, I would not recommend weapons of any variety for any of those bullies, for any of those situations. But during this animated, fictitious show, it's applicable. In reality, no. At the end of the day, this was a fantastic episode. I've been the Sarcastic Geek. I hope to see you guys in the next one by you hitting that subscribe button or hitting that like button, as that will help YouTube, help you be able to come back and find our videos more in the future. Been the Sarcastic Geek. I'll see you in the next one.